Hey gang, welcome back to the channel. My name's Nicky V. I'm a studio musician here in Nashville. I play on people's records and I do a bunch of tracks here at the house. And I also tour with a country band called Shenandoah and play with a bunch of different acts. So I'll be posting some, like tour videos and what it's like on the bus, that kind of stuff, if you guys are into that. But this week we're going to be looking at a 1934 Martin 017. And it's got 13-year-old strings on it that are dirty, rusty, grimy, but they kind of have the right thing, right? And that thing's pretty cool. And it's one of my favorite studio tools. It's a great weapon, and it makes us great with other guitars. So we're getting into that and kind of hear some back and forth things. But first off, I just want to thank my OG batch of subscribers. You guys are here in the beginning of the channel, and thank you for hanging out. I hope you find this enjoyable or helpful in some way. Sonically, if you like what you're hearing, I'll post some Sweetwater affiliate links down in the description. If you click on those and purchase anything, they give me a small cut, which helps fund the channel. So thank you in advance for that. I'll discuss the whole signal chain going through at the end of the video. But first, let's talk about why we have this and why there's 13-year-old strings on it. Well, to be honest with you, they just sound more honest. They're relatable, and above all else, they're real. And if something's not real, nobody's buying it, period. And we want people to buy records, and so this one makes it on a lot of records. You can take the most unaware person in any room, and they can smell out something that's not real like that. So I'll play it again for you just so you can kind of hear what I'm talking about. I know this sounds kind of weird, but I'll just play it for you. I don't know. It just has it, right? It just kind of does that super dead, feels like an old friend, even though you just picked it up kind of sound to it. So let's talk about the size of this Martin. This is a Martin 017. So 17 means it's pretty much like a student model or base model. It's all mahogany. And the 00 is the body size. So a 00 is one size smaller than a 000 or OM, which those are the same body size. And it's one size larger than like a single lot parlor guitar. And so it's kind of right in the middle. And what's great about that is it doesn't have that boxiness that a parlor has that you don't always want on everything, but it has its own place. And it doesn't have that big boomy dreadnought thing happening, right? And it naturally EQs out 100 to 200 hertz, or to a degree. And that 100 to 200 hertz is that boominess that typically we don't want to hear in a recording. In a room, it fills the room out and sounds nice. That's why dreadnoughts usually sound great in a room. They just sound big and full. But on a record, you don't want that. For some reason, it just doesn't sit right. It's not that pleasing to the ear. And another great thing that this guitar does, or most guitars this size, is they start to open up around here on the neck on your G, B, and E strings, that kind of like between your 5th fret and 9th fret kind of area. They're very vocal. It has a very vocal-like element to it. It just kind of has this very nice, pleasant thing it does right there. It's hard to describe, put your finger on, but hopefully you're kind of capturing what I'm playing there and kind of making it make sense in your own mind. It's hard to explain. So I'm barely touching that, right? I'm putting just the bare minimum amount of energy I need to get that top to start giving something back to me and really giving that microphone some kind of signal it can pick up to send to all these ones and zeros over here in the computer. And it does it, and it does it right. I don't have to fight it. I'm not struggling to do it. I'm not having to dig in too much right here and be too intense and fight a vocalist, right? We never want to be stronger than the vocalist. There's a great podcast called the Sideman Chronicles, and Jacob Lowry, who's the studio bassist in town, just a cool guy too. He's great. Done a couple sessions with him. Was interviewing a studio pianist or keyboardist named Tim Lauer, and who's just brilliant. And I think he was playing on a Taylor Swift record, and it was like this brilliant part he played. It was killer, real strong part. And the producer was like, "Hey man," he goes, "you can't sound stronger than the singer." or it'll make the singer sound weak. You can't play stronger than the singer, make the singer sound weak. Something along those lines. That was kind of the gist of it. On guitar, you can run into that problem sometimes if you're playing with somebody that has like a very delicate vocal or isn't a super strong singer, and you're playing like a Dreadnought or a J45 or something. You can kind of blow them out of the mix without meaning to. And this guitar here is a good way of getting around that, because what it does is it supports the vocal in the right way. So if this is the vocal, right, this guitar tends to have this nice bed that it sits right on and surrounds it and lifts it up if it needs lifted up without competing for it. It helps it and supports it rather than trying to blow it out of the mix. But that's kind of how I use this most of the time if I'm on a tracking session, depending on who we're backing up or who the artist is. So long story short, a smaller body guitar with dead strings is great for a few reasons. Number one, the dead strings give you something that's a little bit softer, a little bit more mellow. That kind of dead feeling won't compete as much with the delicate vocal. And the smaller body EQs itself. It takes out that 100 to 200 hertz, requires a little less energy to activate the top. And so you can kind of finger pick really delicately without having to put too much into it, and it gives you a whole lot back. So the story of this guitar before 2009, I have no idea, unfortunately. I wish I did, because it's got some absolute battle scars, got names scratched in it. It's seen some stuff. And I bought it from a person I went to high school with for $50, and it was in pieces. And her little brother rode it down the stairs. I think they got it for $5 at a yard sale, and it was just in pieces. And he literally rode it as a sled down the stairs. That's what she told me. And I think I had $50 in my wallet and gave it to him. Took it and had, a couple grand put into it, restoring it. Carter did some work on it, a guy in St. Louis, and then Glacier Instruments kind of put the finishing touches on it, the best in town. And I wish I knew more about it, but that's pretty much all I know about it. And it's been loved ever since, but I think it's had a hard life before it came to me, and I don't think it's ever going to go anywhere. It had a headstock break at some point, and it looks like it was repaired a long, long time ago. So somebody did love this at one point, and it's got good bones, so just kind of, it has it. I've been very lucky to find it and love it and record it. I'll post some links down in the description as well to some recordings with it I put on different people's records, so you can kind of hear it in the mix and hear how it sounds. So one of the things I do quite a bit is I'll stack these two together. So this is a Santa Cruz OM Bear Claw spruce top, so it's super bright, super present, kind of sounds like that very pristine Nashville sparkly thing. And then we got, Mr. Dead String over here. And what's cool is they tend to contrast each other really nicely in a mix. So I'll use this one for the cut, then I'll get some of the warmth from this. And what I'll do is I'll play the exact same part or something really similar in mono, and I'll pan one left and the other one right, or vice versa. And it kind of does a nice little thing. So I'll record that for you so you can hear what it sounds like. I'll start out with one in mono, then I'll switch to the other in mono, then I'll put them together in stereo. So if you got headphones or AirPods or something, that'd probably be the best way to listen to this. So I mentioned the Sweetwater links down in the description earlier. Those are affiliate links. So if you click on them, I get a commission on it. They give me a percentage. So I'll walk through the whole signal chain so you can kind of know what I'm using. As you guys know, gear does not make it, right? Your signal chain starts in the fingers. That's like the most important thing. So, but from the fingers, we go to a Blue Chip TPR 40. This is a gift from the singer band Marty Rabin. It's the Marty signature pick. And I love it. I use it on almost every recording now. And from there, got the guitar going into, I don't know what these strings are, by the way. They came on something, and they've been on like 3 different guitars, and thank God they never broke, or I would lose my mind. But from there, we're going into stereo into a Neumann TLM 107 and a Shure SM81. The 107, the Neumann, has that beautiful top end on it and has a bunch of different cardioid patterns. And it's, I think, $1,400, which is affordable for, a really, really good mic. And then the Shure SM81 is only like a $400 mic, which is very cheap in microphone world, right? And it's amazing. They put them on everything. I think the Alan Jackson records were like a U87 with an SM81 over the 12th fret. From there, we go into a Neve 511 preamp. From that Neve, we just colors our sound a little bit. We go into a Universal Audio Volt 476p audio interface. And from there, we're going into Logic. And in Logic, I'm only running 2 plugins, which is a Pultec EQ from Universal Audio, it's amazing. And I'm not really doing too much. I'm just putting a little bit of top end on it. And like I said, it already kind of EQs out that 200 to 100 hertz we don't like naturally. And then from that EQ, I'm going into Universal Audio. I think their silver tube compressor or whatever it is. And to be completely honest with you, you don't need all this. All you need is go down to a local music store, get a used Yamaha acoustic for $150, put some strings on it, make sure it plays right and plays in tune. Get you a $100 Studio Projects microphone, put it over your 12th fret into an Apogee Duet or something that's used. Go into Logic, use their stock plugin so you can get really close to what you just heard right there. This here is just kind of icing on the cake to get you that extra, 2 to 3% of sonic goodness happening. And in our world, we're always fighting for that last 2 to 3%, but don't let that be your barrier to like keep you from recording or anything. Don't think you need all this. Use what you got, learn how to use it better. Once again, thank you all so much for hanging out and spending a little time with me here on the channel. If you found this interesting, please subscribe and like and comment. I'm trying to figure out what to do videos on, so any ideas you guys have, I'm all ears. And I can do some more teaching. I can break down scales or demo videos. Just let me know. And once again, just thank y'all. I appreciate it. It means a lot. I know there's 1,000 great channels out there and you could be spending your time anywhere, but thank you.